Hello students, myself Dinobandhu Shaha. Today we will discuss the very basic concepts of cost sheet. In BCom first year, second semester, cost sheet you will get in the subject Cost and Management Accounting 1. Uh, Cost sheet or cost statement is a statement that exhibits the detailed cost of a job or product during a given period, or also provides information relating to the total cost per unit at a different stages of production. Cost sheet may, however, be prepared on the basis of historical cost or on the basis of future estimated cost. Cost sheet on the basis of future estimated cost is prepared with a view to estimate the price of a job or production order for quotation of the price to a customer in advance of the production. So, cost sheet we can prepare on the basis of historical cost as well as on the basis of future cost. And future cost is estimated on the basis of the present cost. Why the cost sheet is prepared by any manufacturing concern? That is, what are the objectives, what are the advantages, or what is the importance of cost sheet in any manufacturing concern? The cost sheet or statement of cost is important method of ascertainment of the cost or profit used in costing and cost accounting. A number of benefits or advantages can be derived from it. The first point is total cost and average cost. It discloses the total cost and cost per unit of the units produced during the given period. Second important objective or importance is cost control. It enables the manufacturer to keep a close watch and control over the cost of production. Number 3. Comparison and variance analysis. It can compare the figures of either current period or previous period or standard cost or actual cost by showing them in columnar cost sheet. The variances, if any, can be analyzed from the different angles and remedial or corrective measures or actions can be taken from it. Another very basic objective of preparation of the cost sheet is fixation of the selling price. It helps in fixing the selling price more accurately of different goods and services at competitive environment by adding required profit. Next important objective of preparation of the cost sheet is preparation of the tender and quotation. It helps the businessman to submit the quotations with reasonable degree of accuracy against the tenders for the supplied goods. And another very basic objective of preparation of the cost sheet, we can say that different elements of the cost we can represent in the cost sheet in a very scientific manner. So now we will discuss the pro forma of the cost sheet, that is how the different items are represented in a particular that is scientific manner to find out the cost of a product or services. Uh, Here the cost sheet starts with the opening stock of raw materials, and we have to add the raw material purchased during the year, and we have to add direct expenses or any charges on materials or purchases that is directly related with the purchase, that is carriage to store or carriage inwards. So from this we have to deduct three important items. Number 1, returns to suppliers of the materials. returns to suppliers of the materials. Number 2, abnormal loss of materials. And number 3, closing stock of raw materials. So if we deduct the summation of these three from the above items, we will get raw material consumed. Raw material consumed. So if we want to define the raw material consumed, then we have to say raw material consumed equals to opening stock of raw materials at purchase of raw materials at carriage inwards or carriage to store, uh, minus closing stock of raw materials, returns to suppliers, and abnormal loss of raw materials. Then we will get raw material consumed. With this raw material consumed, we have to add direct labor or productive labor or manufacturing wages. Here, anything which is outstanding or prepaid may be adjusted and is to be adjusted. And with this, we have to add direct other expenses or direct service cost or chargeable expenses. Then we will get, here also we have to adjust the outstanding expenses and prepaid expenses. So we will get prime cost or direct cost. So what is prime cost? Prime cost is the summation of raw material consumed, uh, manufacturing wages or direct labor cost, and chargeable expenses or direct expenses. With this, we have to add factory overhead. Factory overhead means the indirect expenses which are incurred in the factory of a manufacturing concern. So here also we have to adjust the outstanding as well as prepaid. If there is any scrap which is sold by the business organization, that will be deducted from the factory overhead. And here we have to adjust the opening stock of work in progress and closing stock of work in progress. Here we have to add opening stock of work in progress and less closing stock of work in progress. What is work in progress? Work in progress means the semi-finished goods. Work in progress means the goods, if we want to use that goods, we have to work further. More processing work is to be done. More processing work is to be done. Then we will get factory cost or works cost. Here we have to keep in mind that factory overhead, if we add it with the prime cost, then we will get factory cost or works cost. From this we have to add office and administration overhead. What is office and administration overhead? Office and administration overhead or general expenses which are generally done by any organization to run the particular office. For example, you can say rent of the office, salary of the accountant, salary of the managing director, depreciation of the office equipment, depreciation of the office building, etc. Here also you have to adjust all the outstanding as well as prepaid expenses. Then we will get cost of production. So what is cost of production? Cost of production equals to works cost plus office and administration overhead. Here we after cost of production we have to adjust the closing stock of finished goods. Here we have to add opening stock of finished goods and deduct closing stock of finished goods. So if we adjust the opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods with the cost of production, then we will get cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. With the amount of the cost of goods sold, we have to add selling and distribution expenses or overhead, that is marketing or distribution overhead. So if we add selling and distribution overhead or marketing or distribution overhead with the amount of the cost of goods sold, then we will get total cost or cost of sales. Total cost or cost of sales, and with the amount of the total cost, the required amount of profit or required percentage of the profit is to be applied, then we will get selling price. So this is the total pro forma of the cost sheet. Uh, this is the total pro forma of the cost sheet. By this particular sheet, any manufacturing concern find out the cost of a product or services. In the next class, we will discuss a particular problem and solution of that particular problem. Thank you very much.